what am I gonna say to Aerosmith?
I think Danielle wanted to confuse us. That was actually part of her strategy.
You know, anybody who likes antique and vintage, we're romantic, but we also are know-it-alls.
The sensational Danielle Colby of American Pickers was loved by many for her lively and vibrant act on the show. But little did people know that right behind the scenes, something really shady was happening until Danielle's sudden disappearance. What happened to the America Pickers sensation? What happened behind the scenes of the show? Join us as we uncover the heartbreaking story behind Danielle Colby's departure from American Pickers, exploring the events and circumstances that led to this devastating tragedy. The shocking breakdown of Danielle's demise. The American Pickers TV superstar's disappearance from sight on camera has got many people curious about her whereabouts. Her last appearance on the show was in season 23, episode 14, titled Pool Hall Picking, which worried her fans.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Holy
Since the period when she suddenly stopped appearing on the popular reality TV show, rumors have started circulating that she has passed away. This shocking news triggered speculation among fans, as they wanted to know if she truly had died 2 years ago and the cause of her demise. However, it was later discovered to be untrue. What really happened to Danielle Colby? According to her, in an interview, Danielle came out to debunk the news of her death that has been circulated all over the place. She revealed that she underwent a hysterectomy after suffering from incredibly painful uterine fibroids. She further said she lost the desire to work after the tiring surgery. So it is not the fact that she died. She has been battling to survive what seems like a deadly disease in her body system. Also, for quite a while, there was confusion that she had been fired or had rather left the show. On another rumor, it was believed Danielle quit American Pickers because of the issue she had with Frank, who happens to be her co-star on the show, and many more. However, all these allegations against her turned out to be false, as she clearly stated that she took a break from the show because of her health issues. On account of her health status, according to the Mayo Clinic, uterine fibroids are non-cancerous growths of the uterus that often appear during childbearing years. Giving details on the backstory of what led to her diagnosis, Danielle revealed how she shared the terrible feelings she always had with Mike's girlfriend, Tish, who advised her to see a gynecologist. According to her, she was having a terrible time managing her menstrual cycles. She was always bleeding, and with that, she suffered an unbearable amount of pain. She noted how she would feel like being held back from a lot of opportunities, as she couldn't control the amount of pain she was living with. It was Tish who let her know about the importance of seeing the gynecologist to know if everything was okay. Upon her appointment, she had multiple tests and was diagnosed with uterine fibroids. But thankfully, she had a successful surgery. On another rumor that she was battling with cancer, Danielle Colby revealed on her Instagram post that she is on the mend after undergoing surgery to remove a tumor on her face. In a post-surgery health update shared days after revealing her trigeminal neuralgia diagnosis, Colby informed her fans that she is recovering at home and feeling amazing. According to her revelation, she explained that after experiencing incredible pain through her face, jaw, ear, neck, arm, and right hand, she was diagnosed with the chronic pain condition disease at the Mayo Clinic. She further explained how the disease affects the trigeminal nerve, which carries sensation from the face to the brain, the effect of which formed a tumor in her face. Fortunately for her, the surgery was successfully done on the same day, and the tumor was removed. According to her, the procedure of the surgery is one she will likely have to undergo multiple times throughout her life. Being a star on the History reality show since its start in 2010, she went on to appreciate Mike Wolfe, Cineflix Media, and History for prioritizing her health and giving her enough time to heal herself in the year. She added that she had a phenomenal surgery team for whom she's so grateful. She also quipped that her lash extensions lasted through the tearing off of the surgical eye tape post-surgery. She then concluded the post by assuring her fans that the rumor is not cancer, as speculated by many, and promising to keep them posted after the biopsy comes back. With all rumors clarified as untrue, Fans got quite excited when Danielle later confirmed she was back and working on recording new episodes with Mike Wolf. So it appears that she is sticking around for the program and is actively working on it for the time being. Of course, she needs to go back to work as she is very much alive and well. However, aside from her attesting to the claim of her failing health, what seems to be a heartbreaking tragedy to her personality is the way most things about her changed on account of her celebrity status. From the way she dresses to having body tattoos, these have become major concerns for her. The twist in her life's plot after she miraculously became a superstar upon her first appearance on the show has left many to wonder about her mental well-being. You can imagine her having to tattoo her entire body and occasionally appearing in topless outfits, much to the shock of her fans. In all of these mishaps, there'll always be something to say to back up the claims. Of what significance is having body art to Danielle Colby? The mysterious appearance of patterned ink designs. Danielle Colby's celebrity status and enigmatic way of life make her a sight to be reckoned with for her bold fashion sense and striking tattoos. However, many people don't realize that each of her tattoos has a story behind it. According to her, each piece of ink on her body has a deeper meaning, from symbols of strength to tributes to her loved ones. Danielle has almost 30 tattoos, demonstrating her enthusiasm for body art. According to her, every tattoo you see on her has a unique significance that symbolizes events, people, or locations in her life. She has 2 tattoos on her hands that her children drew for her, which have become her favorites. All of Danielle Colby's body is covered in meaningful tattoos. She inked up various patterns all over her, including her stomach, back, and hands. She refers to this act as simply tattoo collecting. According to the American Picker star, she noted that she's not afraid of people judging the artistic work that she's done on her body. The mother of 2 admitted she has very personal tattoos. Advising her fans to follow their passions, she addressed how she loves the work and everything she does, good or bad, in the sight of the people. She simply put in for high self-esteem, regardless of any criticism of her actions. She also has many tattoo patterns on her arms, such as flowers, an owl, and a compass. Additionally, she inked leopard spots that spread onto her chest in a curler design around her neck. To showcase how much she loves her new self, Danielle posts numerous pictures of herself showing her tattoos. More so, delving into her collection, the burlesque queen has collected a sizable historic costume collection, which includes anything from circus outfits to burlesque outfits from the early 1800s. According to her revelation, Colby credited burlesque with helping her feel more comfortable in her own skin. Later on, Danielle Colby, the Queen of Rust, joined OnlyFans, and she has been promoting her OnlyFans content on her Instagram account. She uses her Instagram account to publish a seductive video of herself to advertise a special end-of-year promotion on OnlyFans. Also, just recently, she uploaded startling footage in which she was seen swimming underwater. In addition to her OnlyFans account, the reality TV star also has an account on Patreon where she exhibits her artistic expressions. Undoubtedly making history, Colby does appreciate the fact that her content and inspirations change from time to time. Hence, in her moonlight, aside from being the American Pickers star, she turns into a sexy performer in her free time. In a video that she shared on her Instagram post, Danielle's most recent performance came over the weekend in the Windy City, where the 47-year-old was nearly nude as she twisted her body on stage, wrapped in a tiny green string that held a small green patch over her privates. Her breasts were completely exposed, with only a pair of maple leaf-shaped pasties covering her nipples. Indeed, there is always a turning point in one's life that affects one's desire to live. Obviously, it's not the first time the alluring diva has dabbled in soft porn creation, as she has a prior life in which she was involved in some form of stripping and still aspires to do so, just as she just ventured back into it. Notably, dramatic transformations have taken place in Danielle's life, but all that cannot justify who she really is within. Danielle's inspiring journey to stardom. Danielle Colby had been a close friend of American Pickers Mike Wolfe for likely a decade before the concept of the show was developed. On January 18, 2010, American Pickers premiered on the History Channel. As of September 8, 2010, it was the top-rated nonfiction series of 2010 among total viewers and adults between the ages of 25 and 54. When the show was sold to the History Channel, Wolfe asked Colby to work at the office of the shop for antique archaeology. She therefore began filming for the television series and became a star after her first show. Her sudden rise to fame made her so happy. Playing the role of shop manager in the series, Danielle became a famous American reality TV personality, starring in American Pickers. She is one of the biggest stars of the program, which centers on the search and sale of antique goods. The show centers on Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz as they search for and sell antiques across the nation. The series featured antique pickers Mike, Walt, and Frank Fritz for most of its run, who traveled across the country to buy various antiques for resale. Mike and Frank are best known for finding vintage items. In other words, Danielle Colby also wrote her name boldly in the hearts of her fans. Hence, she cannot be easily forgotten. Although Danielle was ecstatic about her sudden rise to fame, Robert, her husband, didn't enjoy the attention she was receiving. He found it difficult to tolerate her being the center of attention. Unfortunately, their marriage was unable to withstand the strain, and as a result of their arguments, they were forced to file for divorce. She married Robert Strom, who was an Englishman, when she was 29 years old, and together, before their separation, they were parents to 2 kids. As indicated by Danielle, the justification behind their going separate ways was on the grounds that Robert couldn't deal with the reputation of her being a renowned superstar. She thereafter adored the kids and invested quite a bit of her energy in them. Danielle has a few tattoos regarding her children. Danielle Colby's early years weren't very typical. On December 3, 1975, Danielle was born in Davenport, Iowa. Even though she hasn't shared anything about her early life, family, or education, it has been reported that her mother's name is Sue Colby, while Car Bomb Betty is the name of her sister. She was born and brought up, for the most part, in Chicago. Danielle Colby really knows the values of the antiques, hence running the office of Mike Wolfe's business, Antique Archaeology, in Leclerc, Iowa, isn't a problem to her. She's a major cast member of the show who also loves to collect vintage things. According to her, having the opportunity to work on the American Pickers series reflects her real passion for history. Her goal is to bring all sides of history to light and lay them out in front of the people. More to Danielle's intriguing narrative is that other than her status as a TV personality, she is a model dancer and owns a clothing company. As much as she enjoys collecting antique costumes, such as circus garb, amongst others, she also runs a jewelry line and actively promotes awareness of human trafficking. As a dancer, while she was in Chicago, she joined a burlesque performance and eventually became a dancer. After moving to Iowa, she created a burlesque troupe called Burlesque La Moustache. Today, Colby is the founder and director of Burlesque Academy, named Danny Diesel's Bump in Grand Academy in Rogers Park. The professional dancing troupe boasts 6 performers, including herself. Some of them are from the Big Mouth Mickeys. Using the stage name Danny Diesel, the troupe first toured East Iowa and Western Illinois in October 2014. They've performed in illustrious venues such as Davenport's Capitol Theater and the Rock Island Brewing Company in Illinois, with shows being attended by up to 1,500 people. More so, the troupe frequently travels to Chicago as well, displaying their talents at the 5-Star Bar and the Double Door Club. Consequently, she took things a step further and founded her own burlesque school in Chicago. She named it Danny Diesel's Bump and Grind Academy. Arguably, burlesque is Danielle's biggest interest, describing it as a celebration of the human form in general. Although it's unclear if Danielle is still dancing today, of course there are YouTube videos of her performances dating back to August 2018, and she was slated to appear at a small burlesque event in November 2021. According to her, she was inspired to become a burlesque dancer after attending a risque show starring the comedian Margaret Cho and Satan's Angel, a well-known dancer. With Danielle becoming a burlesque dancer and being active in the burlesque world, it is believed that she would quit the show. For at least a certain period of time, the COVID-19 pandemic's effects on production, which also prevented the show from airing and filming, thereby got fans worried that Danielle could quit the program as a result of the news, but no formal announcement has been made. As a vaudeville artist, Danielle used to have roller derby and had made an impact in numerous competitions. Before her physical issue that constrained her to stop games, she'd performed close by 9 others in her organization, Vaudeville Le Moustache. In addition to having a varied and fascinating career, as a lover of sport, she began as a roller derby player in her early years, competing for Big Mouth Mickey and even taking home a community title and a championship at the nearby level. But then, injuries forced her to give up the sport and go on to appear in Mike Wolf's unscripted television series, American Pickers. After Mike effectively offered his program to the Set of Experiences channel, he gave Danielle full control of his firm, Classical Archaic Exploration. As a fashion enthusiast, she is the proprietor of the clothing industry at 4 Miles to Memphis. She additionally takes part in helpful and altruistic exercises that help women who have been victims of illegal exploitation and lewd behavior. She effectively takes part in their privileges concerns, dedicating a lot of time and work to supporting those who have encountered rape and homegrown maltreatment, amongst others. Being a go-getter, she refuses to be hindered by life setbacks. Her latest project is named Stripping History, which is described as a traveling vintage striptease museum. She frequently promotes it on social media. To find her research, Danielle relies on Patreon donations, which provide interested individuals with information on the blessed dancers of yesteryear. As a skilled person with numerous interests, she wandered into different trains and was fruitful in practically every one of them. She used to be a Big Mouth Mickey's delegate when she was in her teens, too. To give an account of her net worth, different news sources stated that Danielle Colby has a total of around $1.5 million in assets. However, be it as it may, the entertainer's actual total assets aren't revealed. Against all other Nay says about her, Danielle proves to be a versatile American artist, model, business visionary, television character, and maker. Other interesting and wonderful parts of Danielle Colby's life include her relationship with Jeremy Scooch, with whom she has been together for more than 6 years. In December 2020, she proposed to her longtime boyfriend Jeremy on the beach on her birthday, after which she posted pictures of the proposal on Instagram, even though the couple has no plans to get married yet. When it comes to her private life, the American figure is a secretive person. As reported, Danielle's marriage became sour and crashed when she climbed the ladder of success, which did not sit well with her husband. After they shared 2 children, a daughter and a son, she cut her children out of the spotlight. Her personal hobbies are exploring the antique world, reading, sewing, and gardening. Danielle also helps with caring for animals in need and works at animal shelters. She uses her platform to advocate for animal welfare, working closely with several animal rescue organizations globally. Now let's have a historical check on the American TV show that brought Danielle to the limelight. The Untold Story of the American Pickers. American Pickers is a reality series that premiered on the History Channel in January 2010. In collaboration with Cineflix Media, it is produced by A&E Television Networks. As a true testimony to its successful format and the playful on-screen banter between the cast members, the show is still running strongly after 22 seasons and over 320 episodes. The American Pickers are on a mission to recycle America. They do not mind diving into countless piles of grimy junk or getting chased off a gun-wielding homeowner's land. Hitting back roads from coast to coast, the Pickers earn a living by restoring forgotten relics to their former glory, transforming one person's trash into another's treasure. The show follows the team as they sojourn the country for hidden gems in junkyards, basements, garages, and barns, meeting funny characters and hearing their amazing stories. If you have thought that the antique business is all about upscale boutiques and buttoned-up dealers, Following the show will change your mind and also teach you a thing or two about American history along the way. The two primary characters of the program were Mike and Frank Fritz, who crossed the nation gathering collectibles to offer to closely involved individuals or authorities. The program filled in prevalence after some time, and later in 2010, it was perceived as one of the most mind-blowing verifiable series. Along with his sidekick Franz Fritz, Mike's idea proved hugely successful, and in September 2010, American Pickers became the top-rated nonfiction series among viewers between the ages of 25 and 54. Although the duo occasionally do things their own way and stop at random locations such as people's outbuildings, homes, sheds, and wherever they may have stored potentially valuable antiques and collections, with help from hoarders, collectors, and those who've inherited items they have no idea what to do with, Frank and Mike have found thousands of rare objects over the years. Being a picker since the age of 4, Mike's particular interests are antique motorcycles, penny farthings, other old bicycles, and air-cooled Volkswagens, while Frank, on the other hand, likes collecting oil cans, vintage Hondas, old toys, and peanut-related items. Some of the rarest purchases to date include film posters, a Piaggio ape, a 15-gallon visible gasoline pump, and old advertisements. In December 2011, American Pickers revealed that Mike had leased part of an abandoned 1914 car factory situated in Nashville, Tennessee, to use as a second business location. Until then, Danielle's job was based in LeClaire, Iowa. Hence, Danielle's role in the show, apart from managing Mike's business, is to search for possible locations for Mike and Frank to visit. What caused the fallout of the American Pickers? For an extended period of time, American Pickers enjoyed a drama-free run until March 2020, when Frank abruptly ceased appearing on the show. In an interview with The Sun, Frank disclosed that he had been battling with a back injury. Surprisingly, after undergoing treatment, his co-star and boss, Mike Wolfe, did not try to reach out and inquire about his well-being. Additionally, he claimed that, despite recovering, the network remained evasive in providing a clear response regarding his potential return to the reality show. He couldn't film American Pickers in 2020 and 2021 because of his need to recuperate from back surgery he suffered after finishing a set. He also suffers from Crohn's disease, a serious and chronic inflammatory system that affects the digestive system. He lost more than 65 pounds by exercising more and quitting alcohol. Shockingly, Frank was replaced on American Pickers by Mike's brother Robbie, a decision that elicited mixed emotions from various quarters, including the show's fan base and Danielle Colby. This issue, among several other factors, contributed to the fallout of the American Pickers show. Fans of the show were left heartbroken following History Channel's announcement of Frank Fritz's departure in July 2021. Sadly, Frank was fired after taking a lengthy break from filming to recover from back surgery, which left him with 2 rods in his spine and 185 stitches. Although Mike has been vocal about wanting Frank back on the show, only time will tell if the duo will reunite on screen. The alleged tension between the two main stars, Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz, thereby tends to be one of the biggest issues, which according to reports led to Frank's departure from the show. Also, there were rumors of financial disputes, creative differences, and issues with the production company. In addition to these, some fans displayed their show of concern, noting that the show had lost its way, becoming too scripted and formulaic. Amidst controversies, Season 19 of the series portrayed a scene when the band Eric Smith was the subject of several episodes that promoted the band's first fan. On this particular scene, some fans felt the episodes went too far in promoting the band's residency in Las Vegas, while others claimed that members of the band had inappropriately behaved with Danielle during the scenes. But in spite of the criticism, the show pushes on. Also, due to coronavirus pandemic lockdowns and restrictions on TV productions, Season 22 of the show didn't hit the air until January 2021, nearly a year after the initial Fritz-free episodes debuted. With Fritz still gone from the show and summarily replaced, fans got worried and realized that the American Pickers star might be gone for good. With the insignificant ratings and having had more than its share of tough times, starting with the failing health of the show's beloved star, Frank Fritz, which topped the list, the History Channel's mega-hit reality television American Pickers boss, Mike Wolfe, is on the verge of stopping filming American Pickers. The ratings of the once wildly popular show, American Pickers, continue to drop drastically. It does not appear to be as popular as it once was. Fans are not finding a reason to continue watching Mike Wolfe and the other pickers as they try to save American history. As there could be several reasons for the drop in ratings, some have concluded that it is because Mike Wolfe is too centered around historical cars. This doesn't appeal to the women who have been watching the show for all these years. Thank you for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more engaging videos like this. See you next time.